On a cold, snowy night in Detroit, an elderly woman named Evelyn Mercer catches a child stealing chocolate from a convenience store. The frightened boy freezes as Evelyn scolds him and tells the cashier to pretend to call the police. After making him apologize and promise not to steal again, she lets him go home. Moments later, Evelyn continues her errands. Two robbers suddenly enter the store, wield shotguns, and shoot the cashier. Gunfire erupts outside, and Evelyn is caught in the chaos and killed. The community mourns deeply, remembering her as a kind and compassionate woman who helped everyone around her. But Evelyn's death would not be forgotten nor left unpunished. Soon after, two police officers, Lieutenant Green and Detective Fowler, discuss Evelyn's 4 adopted sons. Green describes the eldest, Bobby Mercer, as a violent troublemaker who was repeatedly kicked off his hockey team. Jeremiah, the second son, is responsible and law-abiding. The youngest, Jack, is quiet and naive. The third son, Angel, remains missing. He is an ex-soldier with a reputation that commands respect from street gangs. That evening, the 3 brothers return to their childhood home to mourn. To their surprise, Angel is already there waiting. As the oldest, Bobby takes charge, assigning rooms for everyone and choosing to sleep in their mother's old room. After the tension settles, Bobby visits Jack, who sits quietly strumming his guitar. He admits he feels uneasy and believes their mother's death was not a random act of violence. Meanwhile, Angel leaves to visit an old girlfriend but comes back with her, frustrating Bobby. He refuses to let strangers stay in their mother's home. Later, the brothers gather for dinner to honor Evelyn's memory. They share stories about her gentle wisdom and warm presence at the table. Yet, despite the laughter, the grief weighs heavily on Bobby. Hoping to lift their spirits, he suggests they play hockey together, just like they did as kids, for a moment of escape from the pain. A few days later, the siblings meet their mother's lawyer to review her inheritance. Inside the box of documents, they find only Jeremiah and Jack's birth certificates, while Bobby's and Angel's are missing. The discovery leaves them shaken. Searching for clarity, they head to a nearby bar where the owner recognizes Bobby and mentions a witness who may have seen their mother's murder. Determined to uncover the truth, Bobby, Angel, and Jack disguise themselves as police officers and track down the supposed witness. Their questioning reveals little except one odd detail. The lights of the nearby basketball court are always turned off before 10 p.m. Bobby doubts the claim and drags the man to the court to test it. By 10 p.m., Bobby and Angel are still at the court, confronting the man they intend to intimidate. Suddenly, the lights go out exactly as described. The darkness gives the man a chance to escape. The next day, Jeremiah, who had refused to take part in the search, changes his mind. He joins his brothers at the supermarket where their mother was killed. They ask the owner for access to the CCTV footage. The owner shares that the police had questioned a basketball player who matched a specific description, a black man with an afro and a dog. Armed with this lead, the brothers rush to the basketball court, hoping to find the witness. When they arrive, Bobby storms onto the court mid-game, stopping the match and explaining their search for the witness. A man in the crowd panics and runs. The brothers chase him down and demand answers. The man confesses that the witness they are looking for is his cousin, Damien. While waiting in the car for Damien to show up, Jeremiah receives a call from his son and reluctantly leaves to keep his promise to meet him at the gym. Bobby and Jack stay behind to continue the pursuit. Soon after, Damien appears. The brothers chase him through the streets. As Bobby closes in, 2 large dogs block his path. He cuts the rope Damien uses to climb a fence, sending him crashing down. Despite being caught, Damien refuses to talk, telling Bobby that he didn't hurt no one. Later, Damien contacts them and offers crucial information about Evelyn's killer, but only if they agree to call an ambulance for him. The brothers agree and head to a bar where the suspect is said to be hiding. Once they enter, 2 men at a nearby table recognize them and flee. The chase begins again, pushing the brothers closer to the truth behind their mother's murder. The next day, Bobby is being treated for his injuries by SoFi when the 2 policemen, Green and Fowler, arrive at the house. They question him about his possible involvement in the deaths of 2 men from the previous night. Green focuses on the wound on Bobby's hand, believing it is connected to the crime. Bobby avoids giving a clear answer and claims he was hurt while playing hockey. Elsewhere, a gang leader named Victor Sweet hosts a party in another part of town. During the event, he scolds one of his men, Evan, for failing to understand the seriousness of the deaths of the two robbers who had killed Evelyn. To make an example of him, Victor humiliates Evan and his wife in front of everyone. The next day, Bobby decides to take matters into his own hands. He swears to uncover the person behind her murder. Using the killer's ID card as a lead, he begins a dangerous search with Jack by his side. Angel, on the other hand, stays with his girlfriend Sophie until someone arrives with troubling news. Jeremiah had somehow paid an expensive insurance fee for Bobby, despite claiming to be broke. The revelation makes Angel suspicious, and he decides to investigate further. Meanwhile, Bobby and Jack arrive at the home of the man responsible for Evelyn's death. They arm themselves with guns and a camera, ready to collect evidence. At the same time, Angel meets one of Jeremiah's friends and learns that Jeremiah had been dealing with dangerous gangsters. He also discovers that Councilman Douglas was involved in closing down Jeremiah's warehouse, linking him to criminal activity. Later, Angel shares what he had found with Bobby. He advises Bobby to confront Councilman Douglas, believing the man knows more about the people threatening Jeremiah. That night, Bobby and Jack wait for Councilman Douglas outside his office. When Douglas arrives, Bobby questions him about who is behind Jeremiah's troubles. Douglas ignores them until Bobby threatens to set his car on fire. Under pressure, Douglas finally gives them a name, Victor Sweet. At the same time, Green begins to question Fowler's integrity, reviewing CCTV footage from before Evelyn's death. He notices Fowler having a long conversation with her. Green finds it suspicious that Fowler had never mentioned recognizing Evelyn. Later, Bobby, Angel, and Jack meet at a bowling club to exchange updates. Angel reveals that Jeremiah had borrowed money from several people, including Evan, who is also there that night. When Jeremiah shows up and hands Evan an envelope of cash to settle his debt, the brothers step in right after he leaves, demanding the envelope back to find out what Jeremiah is hiding. Meanwhile, at Victor's headquarters, Councilman Douglas is exposed for leaking information to Bobby and is publicly humiliated by being forced to sit at a children's table during a gathering. At the same time, Bobby, Angel, and Jack regroup to decide how to confront Jeremiah about his increasingly suspicious actions. The next morning, Jeremiah arrives at their late mother's house. Bobby immediately attacks him in anger. Under pressure, Jeremiah admits that he had used their mother's insurance payout to settle his debts. He then reveals something unexpected. He had been financially supporting their mother for years and insists he had no role in her death. Jeremiah claims that Victor had arranged the murder to secure money for reopening his warehouse. During the confrontation, chaos breaks out when someone attacks Jack, leaving the family shaken. Despite their determination, the Mercers face another devastating loss when Jack is killed during the conflict. Enraged and desperate for justice, Bobby captures one of the criminals involved and forces him to talk. The man confesses that Victor was behind everything. Consumed by anger, Bobby shoots him. When the police arrive, Green informs the brothers that their actions would be considered self-defense. Later, Green meets with Fowler, the same officer seen speaking with Evelyn before her death. Green questions him about their past conversation, but Fowler refuses to respond. Tension escalates, and Green, losing control, attacks Fowler and takes his badge. In retaliation, Fowler calls the police and falsely reports that Green is involved in a shootout, framing him to make it appear that criminals had killed him. Meanwhile, Bobby, Angel, and Jeremiah prepare for their final move against Victor and Fowler. Jeremiah volunteers to meet Victor, agreeing to bring $400,000 as demanded. After confirming the setup with Evan, he returns home and outlines the plan to his brothers. To divert attention, Angel arranges for a child to deliver a box of chocolates to Fowler's house, ensuring Fowler will be distracted while Jeremiah meets Victor at 4 p.m. When the time comes, Evan arrives with Victor's men to pick up Jeremiah for the meeting. At the same time, Sophie alerts the police about her boyfriend's plan to kill Fowler, prompting them to surround Fowler's house. Inside, Angel confronts Fowler and records his confession about Green's death. But as officers move in, Fowler tries to regain control by threatening them, throwing the entire scene into chaos. Meanwhile, Jeremiah reaches a frozen lake where Victor is waiting. Victor opens the bag of money Jeremiah had brought and claims it is only an apology, declaring that the debt is forgiven. He then demands a gun to execute Jeremiah, but his men refuse, having grown tired of his cruelty. Sensing betrayal, Victor panics. He tries to regain control by claiming he had already informed Fowler and the police about the meeting, insisting they were on their way to arrest everyone. Minutes pass with no sign of backup. Anger takes over, and Victor challenges anyone to defy him. No one moves. Then a lone figure appears in the distance, walking across the icy surface. It is Bobby. Without hesitation, he throws off his jacket and charges at Victor. A brutal fight follows, ending with Bobby overpowering him. With no mercy left, Bobby orders Victor's body to be thrown into the frozen lake. Later at the police station, Bobby, Angel, and Jeremiah are questioned about Victor's death. They remain calm and coordinate their stories, convincing the officers they had nothing to do with the incident. After a tense interrogation, they are released. With the ordeal finally over, the brothers decide to honor their adoptive mother's legacy. They transform her home into a gathering place, a symbol of family unity and the bond that had survived even the darkest times.